Hello, AC Universe, and welcome to Canada Crossing. Today, we are here on Fire Cove, our island that will consist of all 4 seasons, and we are going to start working on the fall section. So we've already finished our summer section. The last little part I had to do was my house, so that's this part. And then we're going to cross the bridge, and over the bridge, we are entering the autumn. So I've already started just by putting down all the dirt, so that's going to help bring together the autumn fall aesthetic that we're looking for. And we're going to do the decorating today. So up here I have my second character, which is the bed and breakfast. So my plan for this area is to have her there, and then I'm going to build an apple orchard, apple picking area behind. To me, that's very, very autumn, fall. And then across the bridge, across the river, we have Fauna's house. And of course, I picked her because of the nice brown house she has, very fall-like. And her area is going to be just a little farming, hobby farm area. So that's my plan for these two areas. I'm very excited / nervous to see how those are everything I put out. I'm sure I'm not going to need it all, but I just wanted to have everything out and ready to go, especially having 2 characters and 2 houses with storage. So I wanted it all there, accessible for me, and ready to go. So we'll see how it goes. I don't have a lot planned, which is sometimes scary, but sometimes also some of my favorite builds have turned out to be ones that I had no plan in mind, and they just came out, and we'll have to see. Then when we go down this incline, which we're not going to do in today's speed build, but down here is Tasha's house, and her whole section of the Fall Island is going to be the Halloween represented area. So that's my plan for her area. So like in here is all my Halloween decorations from last year as well. So we'll get all those going up for her in the next video. But right now we're going to take care of Fauna and the bed and breakfast. So let's get right to it. All right, so we've completed the speed build and we have time traveled a few days to make sure all the trees and the shrubs have grown. So we're going to go check it out. Oh, I just got bit by a mosquito. See if it was actually fall, that would not be happening. So let's go see what we've done. As I mentioned, the first thing I did was cover the whole ground with the dirt path. Just to give it that, cover all the green grass as much as I could, and then just create a canvas for us to work on to create the fall aesthetic. Try to cover up. This is where I really messed myself up by doing a diagonal river. If I just had done a straight river, you wouldn't have seen as much green on the side. But I love that diagonal bridge, so I had to get that in. So yeah, mostly I just tried to place a bunch of fall things, and this fall path with the fallen leaves, I tried to use more as, not as a path per se, but as ground cover, and I really am quite happy with how it turned out. I did add a couple dropped items after I finished the speed build. After the trees had all grown in, I just kind of added a few dropped items just to kind of finish it off. So I added some mushrooms and leaves. Yeah, but as you can see, we just kind of made the dirt ground the actual path and worked around it, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Actually, I honestly feel like we are in the fall right now, not July. So it is summer on my island, and we are making it look like fall. So this side, like I said, it's kind of the apple orchard, and I didn't want it to be Halloween as per se, so all my pumpkins are turned around so you can't see the carvings on the face. Place the bath here. I love the brown customization of it. It's definitely very fall. Same with my lanterns are all brown, and my street lights, I did the brown ones. My flower choices are all either orange or these are technically black cosmos. They're I'm not a big fan of the cosmos in this game, I'll be honest. But this version, that's called black, to me it's like a deep red. I love it, especially for fall. So I've used those and the orange other flowers, the hyacinths and the lilies. And when we go over to Fauna's farm, I use some tulips as well. I try to make as many of these leaf piles as well as I can. I love running through them and watching them move. It's great. And I love the different colors. To me, it screams fall, of course. Here's just a little eating area. Kind of Thanksgiving. I love this. Every chair is different. They don't match. It's just kind of what you have. That's what you bring. I think that's such a great aesthetic. I've seen it done several times. I've done it myself a couple times before on a couple different islands. But I think, especially for fall, I try to use those kind of fall-colored chairs. I think it's really cool. I struggled, you probably saw with this Bounties arch. I had it in a bunch of different spots. I could not figure out where to put it. So it's kind of just there. Again, it's there. I don't really know what else to say about that. This is actually the bed and breakfast, but beside that is a little mini kind of stable area for these two little horsies. And then we actually get into the apple orchard. So just kind of a stand where you'd go pay for your apples after you've picked them. Or, got apple pie or cheese. People eat apple pie and cheese or apples and cheese. And then, yeah, I'm pretty happy with how these all grew in. I didn't change them after they grew in. I just kind of lucked out that it kind of made sense. But it looks like an apple orchard. And yeah, I just kind of threw some apples on the ground. Because obviously apples fall, and some more leaf piles there, and I made a couple buckets and just threw them in quickly as well. So whether picking apples with those buckets or what have you, they're just kind of add to the aesthetic. So then we cross the river and we get into Fauna's farm. I'm also really happy with how this turned out. Like I said, I went into this completely with no ideas. I was really just flying by the seat of my pants, and I I have to say, I don't normally toot my own horn. I'm not that kind of guy, but I'm really happy with how this turned out. You kind of walk in the path. Here I didn't use the leaves as much. I kind of did a little section with the leaf pathing, but I kind of kept it with the dirt path mostly, just to kind of be a little bit different from the other side. And so, little laundry area. Definitely I wanted more trees on this side. Obviously there's the orchard on the other side, but just non-fruit trees on her side. And especially just the regular hardwood trees, not just cedar. So then she's got a little seating area. And this little, the brown version of the nuptial bell is actually very nice. So I just kind of threw it there just to add some height to the area. And then the faucet, and then her little farm. It's just a little more like a garden. I shouldn't really call it a farm. But again, I don't like just doing straight lines of pumpkins. But yeah, I definitely like all the different kind of textures you get from planting different things, or not even just planting, but placing. And, kind of looks like she's got a little bit of everything growing there. So yeah, good for her. And then just I put the silo back just to give it a bit of height, the back, and kind of separate what will be Tasha's area in the back. And just following the path along back to the bridge. And that is Fauna's side. We feel like it's a fall evening right now. This took me probably about 3 hours to do. You're lucky I speeded it up and cut out a lot for you. But yeah, it was probably about 3 hours. And then after fall, we get to move on to the winter side. So I kind of left this area, if you notice, kind of empty. So this is where it's going to connect to the winter. I think I'm going to... There's a river here, and I'm going to kind of bring it, I think, across. So you cross the river, and then right after, I think you're going to go up. So I'm going to have most of the winter level on the 3rd level. Yeah, so after kind of doing the fall, I'm kind of excited to do the winter. So it's going to be kind of the same thing where I've got, instead of a red leaf path, I have a snow one. So it's going to be, basically, I'm going to have the stone path. And then the snow will kind of be the outer skirts. So it would actually look like, snow. Like always, thanks for watching the video. Thanks again for tuning to Canada Crossing. And don't forget to like the video, think about subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.